What are these metal wheel-like things being used as table supports at a coffee shop? They look something like metal wheels, but I can't tell if they would have been. They are about 12 inches in diameter with 3 spokes, and some are stamped with 105 and 0. It kinda looks like they might have been used in some sort of rail-like system. The coffee shop where I found this has a farmhouse theme going, and many of their objects have something to do with farm equipment. I've been looking at this table for months trying to figure out what these are. What were they originally? They are parts of an antique cultipacker, a piece of agricultural equipment that crushes dirt clods, removes air pockets, and presses down small stones, forming a smooth, firm seedbed. Where seed has been broadcast, the roller gently firms the soil around the seeds, ensuring shallow seed placement and good seed-to-soil contact. The term cultipacker appeared in English around 1914 and probably originated as a brand name of the C.G. Dunham Company of Berea, Ohio, which advertised cultipacker models starting around that time. By the 1920s and ever since, it has been widely used in a genericized sense, at least in some regions of the US, if not nationwide. What is this rusty old tool of some kind, found in a friend's grandparents' cabin? It has a head with spikes and a handle near the top to pull the spikes back. The spring creates tension when the spikes are pulled back. When released, the spikes push forward. Around 1.5 to 2 feet long, with no visible markings. I have searched for things like old spike spring tool, but nothing very useful comes up. Do you have any ideas about it? It's an old school mole trap. My great-grandfather used to have one. The modern ones are made out of plastic. But back as early as the 1890s, they were making all the metal versions of the same trap design that's been appearing in hardware store catalogs for over 120 years. First, you have to locate an underground mole tunnel. Then you place the trap over the tunnel, with the larger spikes on either side. Right here is a trigger. When the mole goes through there and pushes up the trigger, it releases the spring, and they go down and impale the mole. It was patented on August 7th, 1894, by William A. Reddick of Niles, Michigan. What is this metal tool of some kind screwed onto a wooden board, found in a barn in rural Arkansas? It has a hinged piece with a handle that brings the bar up and down. The wireframe thing is not part of it. It was just in the basket with it. My first thought was that it was a nutcracker until I looked closer. The bar that moves up and down has little slots evenly spaced across it. I speculated it had something to do with running twine in the slots in the bar, but so far I've come up with nothing. Thanks for any help. It's a cardboard egg carton maker used to set up and assemble flat folding egg cartons. It was patented by Martin Berger of Morris, Illinois on July 26, 1932. Prior to the invention of self-locking cartons, eggs had to be kept wrapped or secured loosely. This issue became especially problematic in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, when transport infrastructure improvements greatly increased the amount of distance a product could need to travel. The first egg carton was patented by British Columbian Joseph Coyle in 1918. The individual compartments and ergonomic shape of the design quickly became the new norm, and various egg compartment designs sprung up in the following decades. What is this metal hand tool displayed in a kitchen-themed wreath for more than 3 decades? Almost black in color, with unknown text or movement capabilities. It's all of the information I really have. I think it's baking related, based on the other objects adorning the wreath. Thank you everyone for any help trying to figure this one out. It's a 1960s fish scaler, with metal serrated blades on each side that will definitely do a great job of scaling a fish. Here's one similar to yours, marked Japan on the handle. What are these wooden rings and sticks for? The rings are flat, about 10 millimeters thick, and too large to be shawl pins. I found them in a charity shop for £1, and they didn't know what they were either. No markings, holes, or anything, and they don't look as though they have been used much. Does anyone have an idea? These are curtain tiebacks. The curtain goes through the brooch and is secured with a tapered wooden stick to keep it in place. Probably made from mango wood. What is this serving tray of some sort I found at the thrift store? All the points and the middle piece unscrew. It looks like a serving stand. You would put food in the top, and the crescent-shaped slots would let the heat through from a hot plate below. Someone suggested a candle holder. The melted wax would drip through the crescent moons, but it seems like it would burn your hand if you were carrying it. Any insights would be appreciated. It's a silver-plated egg cruet set from the 19th century, missing the egg holders. You can tell by the stumps that hold the goblets in place. Sometimes the set comes with a place for small forks and spoons. Here is one with the crescent-shaped cutouts with a set of knives. What is this strange gate on a canal? I was walking along the canal, and I saw this. It's a gate on one side, and the other side looks like a wheel goes through the gap at the bottom. But other than that, I've no idea. Does anyone know what purpose it has? It's a bike gate, usually to prevent motorcycles or wide-wheeled vehicles from getting in. However, they removed part of it, likely because it made it inaccessible for people in wheelchairs. What is this small ring-looking thing in a jewelry-making kit? It does not appear to be an actual piece of jewelry, but like a tool or something. Slightly smaller than a bottle cap and has two holes of different widths on each side. I tried to Google it, but I'm not really sure the terms I'm using are correct, because I keep getting wearable rings. Any ideas? It's called a jump ring tool. You hold the ring with a pair of pliers, and then you can just insert it into the tool and do your push-pull motion to open or close the jump ring. What is this tool found on an old farm in Cotswolds, UK? It's a stone block with holes and a wooden handle, or most likely corroded metal. It probably has something to do with smelting or blacksmithing. It looks like a pretty unique tool with a pretty niche purpose. Any ideas? Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.